In this video, we are going to make a smart irrigation system using ESP8266 and connect it with ThingSpeak. One of the first things that comes to mind when you hear the word smart garden is a device that automatically monitors soil moisture and irrigates your plants. So, here comes the idea of smart irrigation. For this, you will need a soil moisture sensor. You can water your plants only when they need it with this method, avoiding over or underwatering them. The fork-shaped probe of the soil moisture sensor, which has two exposed conductors, is inserted into the soil or wherever the water content is to be measured. The two exposed conductors serve as a variable resistor similar to that of a potentiometer, whose resistance varies with the amount of water in the soil. This resistance is inversely proportional to the moisture content of the soil. Therefore, the more the water in the soil, the greater is the conductivity and the lower is the resistance. And similarly, the less the water in the soil, the worse the conductivity and higher is the resistance. This sensor generates an output voltage based on this resistance, which we can measure to determine the moisture level in the soil. A typical soil moisture sensor consists of two parts: the probe, which is a forked-shaped probe with two exposed conductors that is inserted into the soil or wherever the water content is to be measured. In addition, the sensor also includes an electronic module that links the probe to the Arduino. The module generates an output voltage based on the resistance of the probe, which is accessible by the analog output AO pin. The same signal is fed into the LM393 high precision comparator, which digitizes it and makes it accessible via the digital output DO pin of the module. The module includes a potentiometer for adjusting the sensitivity of the digital output. Now let's have a look at the soil moisture sensor pinout. The soil moisture sensor is super easy to use and only has 4 pins to connect. The first pin is the analog output pin, which gives us the analog signal between the supply value to 0 volts. The second is the digital output pin, which gives us digital output of internal comparator circuit. The third is the VCC pin, which supplies the power for the sensor. And the fourth is the ground pin. Since the module provides both analog and digital output, we will use the analog output to test the soil moisture in this video. We will use the analog output to test the soil moisture in this video. Now let's have a look at the connection, the circuit diagrams. First of all, you must provide the power to the sensor. You can do this by connecting the module's VCC pin to the ESP's 3.3 volt pin. However, one well-known problem with these sensors is that they have a limited lifespan when exposed to moisture. Thus, the continuous application of power to the probe greatly accelerates the rate of corrosion. To avoid this, we suggest that you do not power the sensor continuously, but only when taking the readings. Now, connect the VCC pin to the digital pin of the ESP. Any digital pin. Here, we have taken D0. And you can set it to high or low as required in a simple way to accomplish this. Now, attach the ground pin to the ground of the ESP and finally attach the module's A0, the analog pin, to the analog ADC pin of the ESP. You can see the circuit diagram here. Calibration. It is recommended that you calibrate your soil moisture sensor for a specific type of soil that you want to monitor in order to obtain accurate readings. Since different type of soil may influence the sensor. Your sensor can be more or less sensitive depending on the soil. Before you beginning storing data or triggering events, you can examine the readings from your sensor. Make a note of the values your sensor outputs when the soil is as dry as possible versus when it is fully saturated with moisture in the sketch below. When you run the sketch, you should see the reading similar to the following in the serial monitor. Now let's have a look at the code. First of all, we will define the sensor pins, the sensor power to the D0 pin of the ESP, and the sensor pin A0, the analog output pin. Now we have two loops here, the void setup loop and the void loop. In the void setup loop, we will set the pin mode of the sensor power to the output, and we will digitally write the sensor power to low initially, and then serial begin of 9600. In the void loop, we will serial print analog output on the serial monitor and also print the sensor readings using the read sensor function. In the read sensor function, we will digital write sensor power to high to turn on the sensor, then give a delay of 10 to allow power to settle in the sensor. Now, we will analog read the sensor pin to read the analog value from the sensor, and then again digital write the sensor power to low, and return the value which is stored in the variable val here and print it on the serial monitor. Here I have taken two healthy plants. One that has been watered recently and has perfectly moist soil. And the other one that has not been watered and the soil is completely dry. So now we will use these plants to calibrate our soil moisture sensor and sense the output values. Now, we will use these values to make our soil moisture sensor work, but before that, we will set up a ThingSpeak channel for recording our moisture changes in the soil, from where we can check when the plants require water or are over or underwatered. So, go to thingspeak.com and log in using your email ID and password if you have an account, or make a new account. Then, click on the channels and click on My Channels. Here, go to create a new channel. Write the name of the channel here as Smart Irrigation System. Write a little bit description about it. And click on the field label, which is the field here is moisture, because we are measuring moisture here. Then save channel. So we have created a new channel here, the Smart Irrigation channel, which has a field of moisture and date. Now go to the API keys and copy this API key because this will be required in the future. This API key is different for everyone. So the API key which is generated on your system, please paste that API key in your code. And also copy this channel ID. That's how you set up a ThingSpeak account and channel. You can further look into the channel settings here and change anything required in the future. You can make your channel either private or for public view. And use such visualizations like MATLAB analysis and MATLAB visualization to visualize your data in the future. Now let's have a look at the main code here. First of all, we will include two libraries, the ThingSpeak library and the ESP8266 Wi-Fi library. If you have not installed these libraries earlier, go to Sketch, go to Include Library and click on Manage Libraries. Then search the library you want. Here I am searching for the ThingSpeak library. Now this is the ThingSpeak library by MathWork. Select the latest version and click on Install. Do this for the ESP8266 Wi-Fi library. Now we will define two variables, SSID and password. The SSID is the name of your Wi-Fi network and password is the Wi-Fi password. Now we will define soil wet as 300 and define soil dry as 750. These values are measured during the calibration to classify soil as wet and dry, and these values can change on the basis of the soil you use. This soil wet as 300 means that we have defined max value we consider soil as wet, and soil dry as 750 means we define the minimum value we consider soil as dry. Now define sensor pin as A0 means that we are connecting the sensor to the analog pin A0 of the ESP. Then Wi-Fi client, this means that here the client ESP is going to be connected to the internet. Now we will define the channel number. The channel number which can be taken from the ThingSpeak channel, and the API key which will also be taken from the ThingSpeak channel. In the void setup loop, we will start a serial begin of 9600 and print two blank lines with printing of connecting to on the serial monitor, and print the SSID which is your Wi-Fi name. Wi-Fi.begin and SSID and password as its arguments mean that we are connecting the ESP to the specific Wi-Fi which has this password. This loop here will work until the ESP connects to the Wi-Fi and will continue going on if your ESP does not connect to the Wi-Fi. Then after it has successfully connected, it will show that Wi-Fi connected and will serial print the local IP of your system. Now ThingSpeak.begin.client means that your ESP has been successfully connected to the ThingSpeak channel using the API key which we have defined here. Now in the void loop section, we will first define int moisture which will have the analog values to the sensor pin A0 which is connected on the ESP. Then serial print the analog value of the moisture. Then we will determine the status of your soil using the values already defined for wet and dry soil. If moisture is less than soil wet, the status will be soil is too wet. If it is in between the range of soil wet and soil dry, the status will be soil moisture is perfect. And if it is greater, then the status will be soil is too dry, it is time to water. We have given a delay of 500 here to take a reading half a second for testing, but normally you should take the reading for perhaps 1 or 2 a day only. Then serial a print line, a blank line, and ThinkSpeak.write field. This will write the data of the moisture in your ThinkSpeak channel, and this here ends the code. So, in this video, we learned about what is a smart irrigation system, how we can monitor the soil moisture using a simple soil moisture sensor and interface it with ESP8266. We further learned how to calibrate the sensor, interface our ESP with the ThinkSpeak cloud platform, and record the data for further use and visualization. If you like this video, click on the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thank you.